Have you ever felt like your company's grand corporate strategy exists in a parallel universe, completely detached from your daily tasks? You hear the big pronouncements, see the glossy presentations, but when it comes to your desk, it all feels like a lot of hot air. Welcome to the BS gap. It is that frustrating chasm between lofty corporate ambitions and the gritty reality of execution. In an ideal world, corporate strategy is a guiding star. It is a clear, compelling vision that empowers every employee, from the CEO to the frontline worker, to understand their role in achieving collective success. It is meant to align efforts, inspire innovation, and drive the entire organization forward as one cohesive unit. But in reality, this guiding star often fades into a distant, blurry light. The meticulously crafted strategy, born from countless hours in executive boardrooms, frequently fails to translate into meaningful action on the ground. It gets diluted, misinterpreted, or simply ignored as it trickles down the organizational hierarchy. One of the primary culprits is a fundamental communication breakdown. Strategy is often articulated in abstract, high-level terms by leadership, then passed down through layers of management. Each layer interprets, filters, and sometimes inadvertently distorts the message, much like a game of corporate telephone, leading to a fragmented understanding. Another major contributor to the gap is the rampant use of jargon and ambiguous language. Buzzwords like synergy, paradigm shift, or leveraging core competencies sound impressive in a boardroom, but they provide little concrete direction for employees trying to understand what they actually need to do differently in their day-to-day work. Even when the language is clear, strategy often lacks actionable translation. A grand vision of becoming the market leader is inspiring, but without clear, measurable objectives and key results for each department and individual, it remains just that, a vision. Employees are left wondering, what does this mean for my team? What does this mean for my tasks? Organizational silos also play a significant role. Departments often operate in their own bubbles, optimizing for their specific metrics rather than contributing to overarching strategic goals. This creates internal competition and a lack of cross-functional collaboration, making integrated strategic execution nearly impossible. Employees are constantly juggling urgent daily tasks with long-term strategic initiatives. When the pressure is on to meet immediate deadlines and operational demands, strategic work, which often requires foresight and planning, gets pushed to the back burner. The urgent always seems to win out over the important. Who owns the strategy once it leaves the executive suite? Often, accountability is diffused, with no clear owner responsible for ensuring its execution at every level. When everyone is responsible, ultimately no one is, leading to strategic initiatives languishing or simply falling by the wayside. Humans are creatures of habit. Even well-communicated strategies often require significant changes to established processes, roles, or even mindsets. This inherent resistance to change, coupled with a lack of compelling reasons or incentives, can create significant inertia, making it difficult for new strategies to take root. For many organizations, strategy is an annual ritual. A big meeting, a new document, then back to business as usual. It is treated as a one-off event rather than an ongoing, living process that requires continuous monitoring, adaptation, and reinforcement. Without regular check-ins, it quickly loses relevance. The most tangible impact of the bullshit gap is the enormous waste of resources. Time, money, and human effort are squandered on initiatives that are misaligned with strategic objectives, or on tasks that simply do not contribute to the company's true north. It is like rowing a boat in different directions. Beyond resources, there is the human cost. Employees become frustrated, cynical, and disengaged when they feel their work is disconnected from the company's stated goals. They lose motivation, productivity drops, and the best talent may even seek opportunities elsewhere, where their contributions feel more meaningful. A company riddled with the BS gap struggles to adapt to market changes, innovate, or seize new opportunities. It becomes slow, reactive, and eventually, stagnant. Competitors who can effectively translate strategy into action will inevitably pull ahead, leaving the disconnected organization behind. So, how do we bridge this costly gap? The first step is to simplify and clarify. Strip away the jargon. Articulate the strategy in plain and compelling language that resonates with everyone, explaining the why behind the what. Make it memorable and easy to grasp. Next, strategic communication must be continuous and multi-channel. It is not just a single announcement. Use town halls, team meetings, internal newsletters, even visual aids. Reinforce the message consistently, allowing for questions and feedback, ensuring it is heard and understood at every level. Crucially, translate the high-level strategy into actionable, measurable goals for every team and individual. Each person should be able to clearly articulate how their daily work directly contributes to the strategic objectives. This creates a direct line of sight from their desk to the company's vision. Empower your employees. Involve them in the strategic planning process, especially concerning how strategy impacts their work. When people feel heard and have a hand in shaping the implementation, they take ownership, fostering greater commitment and innovative solutions from the ground up. Finally, strategy is not static. Implement regular check-ins, feedback loops, and performance reviews tied to strategic goals. This allows for continuous monitoring, adaptation, and reinforcement. It keeps the strategy alive and ensures that everyone remains aligned and moving in the same direction. Bridging the BS gap transforms corporate strategy from an abstract concept into a powerful, living force. It empowers every employee, unlocks collective potential, and ensures that every action, every decision, and every resource is aligned towards achieving the company's true mission. It is the difference between organizational chaos and cohesive success.